Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you all. And I'm so happy that I have the opportunity to see everyone's reflection and input, being new to the academic side of peace studies, and kind of learning a little more about the global aspect, coming from a background of having more of a neighborhood person-to-person type of engagements. And I'm going to say at this moment, excuse my us. So now that we have that out of the way, I want to say that the issue or area that holds my attention is human rights. And I mean that in a general sense, and also more specifically, I mean just the quality of life for every individual. So regardless of what that individual looks like, regardless of that individual's capabilities, regardless of that individual's socioeconomic background, regardless of that individual's religious beliefs, regardless of that individual's personal philosophy, regardless of, whether that person's feet stink or whatever, whatever it may be, everyone has the right to dignity, generally speaking, right? And some of the ways that I've been involved, I've been engaged with these type of ideas since a child. But I've had formal training in the Marine Corps with humanitarian aid, and then going overseas and doing community engagement, but mostly just posting security for certain operations and then training in certain operations. Anyways, now that was more of an international scale. So what I'm referring to is more of a individual person-to-person scale, if that makes sense. So, for example, the other day I was going to Target and I seen a lady. I'm assuming she's homeless. When I walk a lot and I see her out a lot, and she's in a wheelchair, not in the very best condition. I don't have to really give a whole breakdown or a description of her condition, but I just felt it on my heart to speak to her because she wasn't looking like she was doing too well that day. And long story short, she was explaining how the people in Target didn't treat her right. So, I offered to go in there and, get the things she needed. And then, so on and so forth. She happened to have a few dollars on her or whatever. But anyways, I showed her the customer service that she should have been showed just as a neighborhood guy walking by, right? And then I sat there, and someone who has gone through mental health counseling, I tried to reflect some of those skills with, addressing some of the concerns she brought up, and just allowing her to vent about her overall experience in life and everything like that. And then we get around to the conversation about who is it, Jimmy Carter, and then human rights and things of that nature. And I kind of got a sense that she was projecting those type of qualities onto me. But what I did was I told her, I was like, hey, I'll go in the store with you, because if they say something to me, they're going to be met with some quick wit at the very least, right? So anyways, that's that. And then where do I see myself in related to that area or issue? I would say that that's a 2-in-1 answer right there. And I'm at 4.5 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up. Again, nice to meet you guys. Reading the responses is like reading poetry to me because I am new to the academic side of this. So I really appreciate being here. Thank you.